You know, people spend decades planning how to retire financially, but hardly anyone talks about how to be happy once you get there. And I'll be honest, retirement wasn't quite what I expected at first. Some things were wonderful right away, others took time, a few mistakes, and a lot of learning. So, today I want to share 7 secrets to a happy retirement based on real lived experience. Not theory, not glossy brochures that show elderly people walking on the beach, but just what actually makes a difference once work is behind you. If you're already retired, you'll probably recognise a few of these. And if retirement is coming up, I really wish someone had told me this earlier. Hi, I'm Angela. Welcome to my channel, 2 Homes, 1 Life, where I talk about my early retirement, dual country living lifestyle where I split my time between Wales and Spain. Retirement has been incredibly rewarding, but not always in the ways I expected. And that's what led me to these 7 secrets. If this stage of life matters to you, consider subscribing. And in the meantime though, let's get into the 7 secrets to a happy retirement. Secret number 1, retire to something, not just from work. And this one caught me out. I thought retiring was about stopping things, stopping work, stopping stress, stopping the alarm clock. But happiness didn't come from stopping. It actually felt empty. I really noticed the void, and the happiness I'd been anticipating felt just out of reach, while I actually spent time grieving what I'd lost. The turning point came when I realised what was missing in my search for post-work happiness. It wasn't about stopping, it was actually about starting something new. And whether that's a hobby, a home improvement project, whether it's volunteering, whether it's learning something, whether it's mentoring or creating a piece of art, it doesn't really matter what it is. What matters is waking up with a reason to get out of bed that excites you. Now for me, it was renovating our Spanish home, learning how to communicate with Spanish contractors, designing improvements that fed my creativity, and then watching those changes come to life. And then of course, planning the next new thing. Retirement isn't an ending. It's not the destination and then everything stops. It's a wide open chapter, but you still have to write it. Once you've found something meaningful to retire to, the next question becomes, how do you shape your days around it? Which leads directly to secret number 2. Structure is freedom, not the enemy. At first, total freedom sounds perfect. No schedules, no deadlines, no online calendar pinging its forewarning of the next meeting, no one telling you where to be or who to be with. But here's the surprise. Too much freedom can quietly turn into drift. Days can feel like Groundhog Day, doing the same thing day in, day out without any sense of meaningful purpose. What helped me was gentle structure, regular walks, set days for hobbies, weekly plans. Nothing rigid, but just enough rhythm to give those days shape. Ironically, it's a little structure that gives you more freedom and not less. Structure helps your days flow, but it's the people who give those days meaning. So secret number 3, your people matter more than your plans. Retirement plans look great on paper, but connection beats everything. And it's easy to underestimate how much daily social contact work gave us. Those water cooler chats, the in-jokes, a shared sense of purpose. And there's truth in the old saying, out of sight, out of mind, because Those work friends that you once spent hours with can quietly drift away simply because they're still absorbed in their work and in their lives, not because anyone's done anything wrong, but because work was the glue that held you together. And to be honest, that can feel hard. So once that daily connection disappears, you have to replace it intentionally. Meeting up with friends, family, going to clubs, community groups, with your neighbours, even casual connections matter more than we realise. Because a happy retirement isn't about doing everything alone. It's about belonging. But to enjoy time with the people who matter, you need the health and energy to be present. And that's where secret number 4 comes in. Take care of your body. It's your ticket to freedom. And I don't mean about, finding a marathon to run or living on kale. It's about one simple truth. Your health determines what kind of retirement you get. So, movement, sleep, sensible eating, not perfectly, but just consistently. So what I did was I built into my routine a mix of yoga and strength training and cardio. Not because I felt like I wanted to become a gym bunny, because that's not who I am, but just enough to look after my bones, my muscle and my heart health. And importantly, enough routine to know that I'll actually stick with it. Because the goal in retirement isn't to live forever. It's to enjoy the years that you have. Energy is freedom. Mobility is freedom. And those small habits add up faster than you think. Because freedom in retirement isn't just about time. It's about having the body and the health to use it. Physical health gives you that freedom. But mental health, curiosity, keeps life interesting. Which brings me to secret number 5. Keep learning even when you don't need to. One of the best surprises of retirement is that learning becomes fun again. There's no exams, there's no pressure, there's no personal development plans, just that curiosity. Learning a new skill, technology, a new language, a new musical instrument. It keeps the mind sharp and it keeps life interesting. Because personal growth doesn't stop when work ends. We still have the desire for mental and creative stimulation and that quiet need to feel a sense of achievement and accomplishment. It's a basic human need. In retirement, you can choose what you want to develop. Not because you have to learn something for a work project, but because you want to. In many ways, that's when it finally becomes your true personal growth. I felt a huge sense of accomplishment in the small things. Being understood in Spain, thank you Duolingo. Learning how to light a real wood fire without burning down walls, which is a whole other story entirely. Figuring out how to use a camera properly, well, kind of. So what are you going to choose to learn? And once you start learning again, you often realise something else. You have more to offer than you thought. So secret number 6, give back. It changes everything. This one was unexpected. Helping others, mentoring, volunteering, supporting causes you care about, brings a deep sense of purpose. Not because you have to, but because you can. It's not about filling time or staying busy for busy's sake. It's about feeling useful, valued and connected. I've been mentoring an ex-colleague as she moves into the next stage of her career. And I've also been helping my sister with her tax return for her hairdressing business. It's been rewarding for all of us. And it's reminded me how good it feels to keep using the skills, the experience that I built up over decades. And honestly, it gives back far more than it takes. Giving back led me to a much bigger realization that retirement isn't about what you do, but who you allow yourself to become. Secret number 7, let go of who you were and become who you want to be in retirement. This may be the most important one. So much of our identity is wrapped up in our job title, the role that we had, or that routine. And if you're like me, I spent the best part of 40 years striving for career success. I retired as the Chief Operating Officer of a highly successful business. And I'll be honest, it was a wrench to leave that identity behind. I'd spent 4 decades building it. Retirement invites a quiet question. Who am I now? And at first that can feel unsettling. Not reaching for your work wardrobe, not wearing makeup every day, not styling your hair. But then it becomes incredibly freeing. Letting your hair dry naturally, wearing casual, comfortable clothing. The outfit that is fit for your new life. Spending time talking to strangers because you're more relaxed and no longer that buttoned up professional who never quite had the time. All the things that you valued in your working life don't just disappear, but they take on new forms. You don't have to be who you were. You get to choose who you become. And that's not loss. That's possibility. Retirement isn't about escaping life. It's about finally having the space to live it on your own terms. So, if you're retired, I'd love to know which of these secrets surprised you the most. And if retirement is on the horizon, remember, you're not just planning years, you're shaping a life. And if this video helped, give it a like or subscribe for more honest conversations about this stage of life. Or share it with someone who might just need to hear it. So all that's left for me to say is thank you for spending this time with me. And if you have liked what I've said, consider liking this video, subscribing to hear more of my early retirement lifestyle tips and lessons that I have learned along the way. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.